right, welcome everyone. We are here at the Southside Experience, episode 8. I have with me my co host Kylie, general manager over at Southside Games. How's it going, Kylie?
Good, good. How are
Nice.
you? How are you doing, Stefan?
Not too bad. You may see I'm in a different room right now. I am currently running a podcast and watching my children at the same time. So it's the challenges of tons of responsibility, but so far so good. I don't hear any screaming, and everyone sounds like they're having a good time. We're also joined by Hector, team captain for Lorcana for Southside Gaming. How you doing today, Hector?
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired. I got home early to set up for the podcast, and I had to build a tent that we bought for my daughter off Amazon. And let me tell you, that crap is like rocket science. I was in there sweating. I built it backwards at first, so it took me a while, man. But damn, we got to get it done. So I'm tired. I am dead tired.
Remember when you used to be able to go to the store and just buy something and it was built and you could bring it home and enjoy it longer? Ever since IKEA did that whole packing model where everything is super small and then you can just take it home and attempt to build it with your significant other and fight a lot in the process. I have a feeling that's kind of like the direction we're heading with a lot of things like tents and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
that's
you
how it
just
is.
like open the tent and just like spring
Nah, bro,
something
that's
out?
not how it works. Like Amazon brings it in a big old box, right? And now obviously they give you they give you the side eyes like, "Hey, you're the dad, you got to be a girl dad, you got to build it," right? So now I sit in there taking my time building it. It feels fulfilling, right? But damn, let me tell you, it's work. And now I'm gonna build her a little a playground in the backyard, so that's gonna be a while. That's gonna take me a good amount, but we're here for it, right?
Nice. Maybe you can invite Beefcake since he says he's had so many long nights of building things for his daughter. So maybe we can collectively get together and build all of our children their toys and tree houses and swing sets and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. Anybody that wants to come over, I'll do some giveaways, some Lorcana cards. If you guys buy some food, some beer, if you guys want to help me build this park in the backyard.
Bro, I'll build the whole park for some Pokemon cards, bro.
Oh, oh, I got you. I
I'll
got you
build
with
the
some
whole
good,
thing, bro.
I got you with some goodies.
That's true.
Yo,
Awesome.
Hector's Pokemon collection is crazy, bro. He's just sleeping on it, bro. Don't
Yeah.
even look at it. I don't think when he brings it by the shop, there's dust on that binder, bro.
Bro, that's the only things you've seen. You haven't seen everything
Oh,
else.
that's even crazy, bro. To say that's even crazier, bro.
Yeah, that's what you've seen, bro. The rest is like hidden in the house.
He's got a bunch of slabs underneath the bed. He just
The
takes them out.
slabs, bro. That's what he uses for the slats.
Yeah, look, I got random slabs everywhere. Look, here's a little Umbreon.
Oh, that's
Just
the
picked
one,
this up for super cheap.
bro. But nobody has this, bro. Nobody has this.
Bro, stop with that.
That need to come into focus, bro. There gonna be a giveaway for one of these one day. Hold on. Oh my god, there it is. There it is, chat. The
Stop.
rarest PSA of all time.
Stop it.
The
Yeah,
Chief Chewy 10.
You want me to show you some rare PSAs now that we're here? Let me pull up some for the chat. Hold up. Give me 30 seconds before we move on to the next topic.
Hector's PSA slabs are fake, guys.
Well, we'll let Hector dig, but we will give an outline as to what we'll be talking about today. We have finalized the list for the Southside Gaming Invitational. We are excited to show those updates, so that'll be coming up. We're going to do some recap
I'm
on
ready.
the most recent Reign of Jafar event. And lastly, we've been doing some just play testing in general for Reign of Jafar. And yesterday, we actually got our first taste of super sealed format. So Kylie was part of that, and he'll be giving some information. So with that being said, I do need to step away for a second. But Hector, why don't you go ahead and show off your slabs in the meantime, and I'll be right back.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Well, starting off,
Bro.
I'm trying to get PSA 10s of all the set 1 enchanteds for Lurkana. So I'm kind of halfway there. So we got Mickey. This Mickey's PSA 10. We got the Errata Genie PSA 10. Thanks to Kylie. We got the other Mickey PSA 10. We're almost there. We got this bad boy, the Elsa PSA 10. This one we graded ourselves. We got the Tinkerbell PSA 10. We got the Stitch PSA 10. I don't know if you guys can barely see it, but these are PSA 10s. We got the Maui already. Oh, you're damn right. PSA 10 power line is
We
coming,
sending every power line card, bro. If we get power lines back like this,
bro. It's
we
over.
don't care, bro.
And then we got here
Yes,
for
sir.
nationals, the invite. Of course, it had to be a 9. It's definitely not a 10 because it would have been the best thing in life. But of course, we got a 9.
Hector, that just means that you have to go back next year and get another one.
But it'll be probably a different card, you know? You got
Yo.
this 9, which sucked, of course.
I have that in a 10 actually. Jack,
Oh.
this right here, bro. This is a 1 of 1, bro. You look up the population about how many people
Bro.
graded a Chief Tui, bro.
Get that crap
Look
out
that
of here.
up.
All right.
You got my Fasa.
Anything. I want to call out our tournament organizer, Justin, who's always asking when he's going to be on stream. Justin, what do you want to talk to the people about? We'll have you on. I just need to know what it is you want to talk about.
Yo, Justin. He just wants to get on here and be like, all
Bro,
right.
we'll put him on, bro. Tell him to hop on a call and we'll put him on. All right, I got 3 cards left, and then we're ready for the
The big
start.
review.
This one is one of my very own 1-1s. It hit a 10. The Stitch.
Oh,
That's a nice one.
that is memories right there, man.
And now we got the big boys. The Cinderella DLC promo, PSA 10. We got the Let It Go PSA 10
All right, let's.
DLC. And my girl Rapunzel in
Oh,
the DLC.
Hector, when you're ready to exit Lorcana,
Never. These are staying with me. My
Yeah.
child's gonna pay for college with these someday.
Hector, you know I got the Ursula PSA 10 if you want it.
I mean, I'm gonna start with set 1, and then
No, the champion, the second league, the second set champs card.
I'm interested in that. I think the shop picked up a Scar PSA 10. I want that too.
You want to have every set champ card PSA 10?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways,
I'll only sell to Ursula if you buy the Tui with it, bro.
bro, never mind. I'll go get it somewhere else. I'm not buying that Chief, bro.
1 of 1, bro.
it's a
Y'all,
buy,
y'all ready for a 1 of 1, bro?
it's a buy one force one sale. All right, awesome. So let's recap on the Reign of Jafar event. I'm going to selfishly go first since I actually got a chance to play in it. I built my deck in the 11th hour. I'm not even going to call it my deck because, as I've humbly admitted, I am a filthy net decker, and I decided to go with a list I felt really excited about, which was shout out to Meyer Madness. He frequently speaks on Steel Song and what he's dubbing in the aggro song list of set 8, which takes a lot of influence from Diggy Diggy Hole, coined by Brendan DeCandio, with maintaining some identity of Steel Song. So this was my first time playing Amber Steel without a whole new world, which felt super weird, right? I'm so used to establishing singers, landing a Pete and then getting singing a whole new world with a shifted Robin Hood or an Ariel, and having a full grip to just hopefully get a bunch of removal and clear the board and take the game. So the main draw engines of this game were Rapunzel, Doc, and then also let's see, it was Rapunzel, Doc. I think that's it, if I recall.
Rapunzel Doc.
Yeah, I think it was Rapunzel Doc. And then we also got to utilize the new lady, so it was nice to have a really strong early curve for the aggro, and then have your last 2 cards be an Inkable, lady, and then Doc, and then just draw 2 more cards that end up being cards that were all continue to being playable as well too. And I had a really good time. I had a super strong start, felt really good, and then I got super humbled in round 4 by the Purple Pansies yellow-green list that was not Chernadogs. I assumed it was because I saw the 1-drop lady and stuff like that, but he had a really neat list that utilized just in time with Cricky that just I fell for it once, and I said I'm not letting it happen again, and it happened again. And so I got 2-0'd. I lost my mat. I took a great picture with him. I wanted to get it ready for the podcast, but I didn't. So I'll make sure to share it on socials afterwards. But other than that, my run was honestly a lot better than I expected to be, since I'm not usually playing at those high level events. I'm usually in locals and stuff like that. So really exciting start to Reign of Jafar. And yeah, what about let's see, Hector? How was your run?
It was actually pretty good. I finished 5-2. Started 2-0, decent start. Then in round 3, I lost to the person you lost to. He actually he went first. Game 1, he got me with the just in time into Cricky. It's because I was playing green yellow discard, so my deck was like extremely slow. So his deck was just too fast. Game 1, he got me with the Cricky. I almost came back, but he had just too much lore already. I won game 2, so I didn't lose the mat. And then game 3, man keeps 7 and tells me, "This is not the best hand, but I'm gonna try something different here." So he tells me just like that. Yeah, I'm gonna try something different. This other route that I'm thinking of. It's like, all right. So what's going on? He goes, turn 1 lady. Cool. I draw. I go turn 1 ink pass. He goes turn 2 piglet. Okay. I draw. I turn 2 ink. I don't remember if I played a creature, a creature or not, but I pass back to him. Turn 3. He goes second piglet. Okay. So we're gaming here. I draw. I go turn 3 ink. Play aerial, and I think I had the under the sea already, right? And this man proceeds to the next 2 turns to just kick Cloud Kicker my aerial twice, while the 2 piglets on the daisy just hit me 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
He just Cloud Kicker quest for 7, go. Cloud Kicker quest for 7, go, and then quest for 7. He just 3 turns of just piglet beatdown. I had a dream with piglet that night. It was horrible. It was insane.
The poo pirate.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. And then round 4, I played Mark, who won. We had a great couple games. Game 3, he opened up with Diablo Shift Cove into double 2-drop Ursula. Got rid of both my Under the Seas, and then there was like not much I could do. So I didn't lose the mat. I ended up finishing 5-2. So I redeemed myself. Eventually, I'm gonna do a giveaway for the mat, and then we're gonna announce it here on stream. I mean, on the podcast next week for the mat, so somebody can have the mat and use it. I also felt like I wasn't prepared enough for that tournament because I should have paid more attention to set 8 cards. Like, man, I found out about the Gator the day of, and if I would have been playing that Gator, I think I would have done so much better in the tournament because my deck needed to slow opponents down, and I felt like that card would have been extremely good. So I was thinking about it the whole day. But other than that, I think it went well. I don't think my deck bricked. I just had some really great games. Had a great time. A lot of people came. Shout out to Dreams, the man that cleaned us out and then pulls the 2 best enchanters in the set, 2 copies of, and cleans us out even more. So, and then on top of that, he got the hat that he wanted. This man just comes here every month to clean us out. Shout out to him and his team for coming and supporting everybody. It was just a great environment overall.
Always shows up, and they look to always have. I see a huge smile on Dream's face every time, and I'm like, it's either he pulled something great or he just 2-0'd Hector.
Or he just came to clean us out. Like, this man comes once a month. He makes it his appointment to just come make money at the shop. So
you don't need a job, bro. This is a full-time job, bro. Clean, mopping up SSG, bro. He's the janitor.
No, thank God he didn't take the mat from me. That was the only thing.
Ray says it best over here. The SSG Slayer.
Yeah, man.
There's a secret SSG Slayer too. I don't know if he's in the chat, bro. Ronald.
Oh, that's true.
Ronald's the secret SSG Slayer, bro. This guy doesn't get to play, but when he does, he collects the infinity gauntlet of SSG stones.
But that's what makes this game great, right? Like, you could have results. You could be, one of the best, and then you could still get destroyed by your local players because in Florida down here we have such a strong, like a lot of players. Like all these teams from different areas. Look, you got Dylan from West Palm. You got these guys from, I think they're Orlando. You got a lot of people from Tampa. Like, it's just competition out here is rough, So but that's good. It's always good to have competition out here. That's how we get better.
Yeah, as Mike Senior from Freedom of Gaming says, "Steel sharpens steel." So
100%. You don't believe in that. Let's go to those easy locals that we could just run over all the time and constantly win. Then and you go to these DLCs and then you just get destroyed and you're like, well, what happened? Oh, you don't want-
you know,
you know?
I'm actually gonna. I want to do a shout out really quick to Mike Senior and to Ray as well. 2 weeks ago, I brought my daughter for locals for the first time. She's been dying to play, and she has she's 8 years old, and I think she doesn't have a full concept of like how competitive it is, and even at the locals level, right? So like sometimes we're out here fighting for six packs like it's the last six packs of our life. And I will say that with the graces of Justin, who was able to give me and my daughter an assigned seat. So I sat next to her the entire time, just to, more of like a comfort for her. And she ended up getting paired into really understanding good opponents that day. So she faced Mike Sr., she faced Raymond, and then she also faced Javier, right? And Javier was the only one. I don't think he knew that that was my daughter. So I just said, hey, like, just if you can, just try to be patient with her. I'm like, she's still learning the deck. And he was like, cool, whatever. And all three games, they all made her feel very, very welcome, very comfortable. It still broke my heart though, because like I went to like the back, right, and I could see in her face she was a little like her heart was a little heavy, right? So I took her to the back, and she started crying, and she's like, I just want to win. So I understand that, but like when it comes to playing this game, like the biggest thing that's helped me when it comes to playing a competitive card game is that you have to understand that one person wins, the other person will lose, and both people learn, right? So as long as you're learning something, right, now for next time.
Bro,
So
listen,
she,
hold on, not to cut you off, but you tell Penny, bro, come to the shop for summer break, bro, and I'll make her top green steel player, bro.
if my daughter gets an invite to the next invitational before I do, I will eat a Lorcana card on stream.
I swear, bro, I'll get her in there, bro. I'll get her in there. Fabled release tournament, bro. She'll be playing some.
We'll have 8 shots for the next year's invitational, so she's got the best chance. But yeah, again, shout out. Our local community is bar none. Like any type of game that I've played down here, whether it was Magic or Versus System or what else. I mean, I played a couple different card games. Lorcana community, hands down, probably one of the most accepting, no matter age, skill level. Like it just, it always feels welcome. So,
yeah, it's nice. Everybody's nice to each other.
Now that you mentioned that about your daughter getting better, other than training her, we should do. Ronald just said a competitive boot camp hosted by Kylie. We should do like a summer event for the kids. You guys bring in your kids. We could play with them. We could do maybe a board game day with them, and stream it so everybody can see that we're very friendly, and maybe people that play at our shop could bring their kids and have them get a little bit of enjoyment, open some packs.
we
And
do have sealed boxes of Lorcana Gateway, which was the absolute best thing I used to teach Penelope how to play. So like, even to this day, like she would get annoyed because she wanted to play new cards. I'm like, there's still core concepts you need to understand with the combat, and actions and songs and stuff like that. So like we spent a lot of time playing Gateway, and because of that, she had a really strong foundation, and she did very well on locals. Like she wasn't last, which I was assuming she was going to be.
if you're not first, you're last. Bro. You
But
tell her that, bro.
she was playing. I forgot what Jack called out, so let me put it up on screen really quick. She did. I did build Jack's at that moment Jack's current Trinidad list, and I told her the most important thing to do is every time you play a dog, you have to bark. So she was every time she played, she was barking because I was trying to help her break her nerves, right? Because she was really nervous.
all right, since you've been talking crap about your daughter, we're gonna start Grudge Map Mondays, and you versus your daughter. best of 5. If she beats you, Raymond mentioned what card tastes the best. We want him to eat a Cinderella.
No,
An enchanted one, bro.
no, I won't.
Your deck.
I will set. It's not like I don't know what the equivalent of it is in Lorcana, but I will hands down send my daughter to the Shadow Realm to not eat a Cinderella.
Bro, I don't know, bro. I've seen her cook you a couple times back there. I don't know if you're being nice.
Wait, Kylie. So he's talking to smack. He's gonna send her. So we're gonna train her. We're gonna schedule this for the beginning of July. Grudge match Mondays. We're gonna get a month to train your daughter, and if you lose, you're eating a Cinderella live. You heard it here first.
Okay, I have one question though. Do I get to put sauce on it? Because cardboard tastes disgusting.
Little salt.
No,
We'll give you
raw
some salt.
dog. Raw dog it, bro.
We'll give you some salt.
And just know she's playing green still, bro.
No,
Hyper-
absolutely not. She
Oh, yeah.
won't.
Nah, you can't know the colors. You can
She's
build your
playing
deck,
green.
and then we'll practice with her, and we'll teach her the ways.
She's playing green steel hyper cancer, bro.
Oh, okay. That was an awesome segue though. But okay, and then I do want to recap something that Hector mentioned. So if you want to get in on this giveaway, we're gonna help Hector make the post on his Twitter account. So if you want a head start, make sure you're following him on Twitter/X. Hector, if you actually, you know what? I will get that link and I will share it on the podcast chat right now. So make sure you're following Hector, because when he makes his post, you're gonna need to make sure to do all that that fun, awesome, interactive stuff. So like the post, repost it, make sure that you're following him, following SSG, and all that good stuff. So
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Whenever I play one of these tournaments, if I do keep the mat, I'm gonna start giving it away there, so I could go to a new home where somebody could actually maybe get a piece of our tournaments, right? Let's say somebody can't make it to one of our events, and maybe they're lucky and they win a piece of our tournaments. Since we're gonna look back at this SSD circuit, in a couple of years and be like, man, those were the great times. So, bro,
this
bro,
man, he
dream.
wants to take everything from
Yo,
you.
you
Bro,
know, wait.
this man,
Hector.
listen, this man has taken everything from me, and then on top of that, brings his wife, right? I think it was his wife. I'm sorry if I'm speaking out of terms. He was with a woman next to him, right? And I talked, and he goes, and his wife or the person next to him was like, "Oh, so this is Hector." And I was like, "Oh, he's been telling her all the crap he takes from me." So now
Yo.
here we go.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I still have bounty mat. What if I give away the bounty?
No.
And
You're in the
you-
doghouse. You're in the doghouse.
You play Dreams on stream, and if he 2-0s you, you gotta give him the mat.
Let's do it. I'm ready. Next
Wanna
event.
do that?
We'll set it up next event. And oh, that's cool. So it was his wife. Okay, so I wasn't speaking out of terms.
All right, so I'm gonna give
Shout out
you.
to Mrs.
I'm gonna,
Dreams.
so the giveaway mats actually be my mat. Hector's mat. Dreams will have a shot at the belt. Dreams will have a shot at the belt. Dreams gets to go first though.
No,
There's
what
no
is
die
this?
roll.
Wait,
There's no
I-
die roll.
I haven't won a single game against the guy, and you want him to go first too. Like I need some
Yeah,
advantage,
come on,
you know?
bro.
I need my
Defend the
chance.
house, Papa.
I need my chance.
All right. Die roll's fine. Die roll's fine. Die roll's fine.
That
Dreams,
sounds
after
super awesome.
that, you have to 2-0 Hector, bro. If he beats you game 1, bro, you don't even play another game, bro. It's done.
All right, but we got to get him to put up something because I'm putting up this map. That's right. We're exclusive from the shop. The man's already
Alright,
tuning
dude.
us out.
He's
What you got,
gonna-
bro?
He's
You
gonna
got a mat? You got a mat or a jersey or something you could give to Hector if he 2-0s you?
He has to put one of his team
free
mats.
for jerseys.
They have a nice little cloth mat. I've been seeing their team members use. Pretty nice.
Oh, nice.
So Matt from Matt.
Yeah, he has to put up one of those. We'll play. That sounds fun.
This sounds super spicy and something that I would be more than happy to do the production
All right, there we go. We have the gauntlet.
on.
We have the gauntlet. I
Nice.
don't know where I put that mat,
We'll find it.
but I'll find it. And then my mat will be given away. Hector's mat will be most likely given away. I'm honest right now with his track record with Dreams, but
No, I mean this is the problem. If it's not dreams, it doesn't go. Like I haven't lost the map. right? Like, but if I play Dreams, my man is just bro blessed by the gods over there, you know. So
Awesome.
he even got his wife to rank on me. You know, his wife was like, "Oh, so you're that Hector, the one that gives my husband all that free stuff."
Nah.
Man,
Jack, I got faith in him, bro, but I think everybody has an Achilles, bro. Everybody has an Achilles. Like, there's somebody, bro, that just there's somebody, and y'all can think about it right now. Y'all can start posting it right now. Bro, there's somebody that y'all just can't beat. No matter how hard you try, you just can't beat that guy or girl. You just can't. Mine is mine. I just can't beat mine. Every time I go up against mine, no matter how well prepared I feel, my just disintegrates me. Absolutely disintegrates me. Like, I could open the greatest hand, and my will just play through that thing, obliterate me. I'll be like, man, she got no cards. All right, I need her to draw something dead here, and boom, Genie off the top, Cove off the top, Hades off the top. I'm like, man. But I think Dreams is that guy for Hector. Jack, you got somebody, bro. Come on, Jack. Put it in the chat. Who can't you beat, bro?
There you go. He just mentioned it. Ronald.
Ronald, bro. Stefan, who's yours, bro?
Mine is everybody here. at this
Nah,
point.
that's crazy. Bro. Everyone is crazy, bro.
No,
But-
no. I honestly can't remember. It's been a while since I don't think I've beaten you.
Me?
Yeah, I've gotten close with Hector. Like I think I got Hector once, but like I don't know. I'm thinking more like consistent on my skill level because I see you guys a little bit above where I'm at right now. Let me see. I'm trying to think of someone in like locals that I struggle with. I don't know. It'll hit me. I'll figure it out. But
yeah, but everybody has that kryptonite, man. Everybody got somebody.
yeah,
And just unfortunately for Hector,
oh,
what?
next grudge match right here.
What? What? Bro,
That
Bro,
man said he
crazy.
would spell level 2, and then he beat you, and then took your powers, and it's
bro,
over.
he switched to red blue, bro. He could not beat me on red purple. He switched to red blue, and then he beat, bro. He had Shark and Hiram, bro. Like, what do you want me to do, bro? What do you want me to do?
Okay, hold on. I see Praveen in here talking crap with on Freddie's behalf since Freddie can't talk crap on his own behalf. He has to send his friends. So I will say something. I have a really good record against Freddie, but it's because we've played the Steel Song Mirror since set 1. So if there's anybody I need to give credit to on Steel Song, it's Freddie, right? He's taught me all the lines in that mirror, and because of that, that is the one mirror match I'm super confident in. So send that message back to Freddie Praveen.
Yo, what do you guys think about one day we challenge our kryptonite players and we get as many players in here with their kryptonite player and see if they can overtake it? So like I'll go up against we have Hector against Dreams, Stefan, whoever you want to play. Jack, you could play Ronald.
Put me up against Jafar from the.
Ray, who can't you beat, bro? Ray, come on. There's somebody you can't beat, bro. There's somebody they just dog you down, bro.
We're gonna call it Revenge Tuesdays.
Yeah, Revenge Tuesdays, bro. Revenge of SSG.
Yeah, we'll even throw in some packs, to make it worthwhile. We could do it as, a little side event at one of these big events where our nemesis all show up in one place, and we could do a side event. All right, like a little small side event.
All right, so you can't beat Jack, is what you're telling me right now, Ray. You just can't. So Jack, that's you. Jack's got 2 games. Jack's got one where he has to fight for himself, and he's got one where he has to defend his title. Like, because I have to beat Ray, and I have to finally beat Ronald. Who else is in here? Praveen, who can't you beat? Put it in the chat right now. Shout him out.
What we'll do is we'll follow up with more of those as they go. I do want to be conscious of our time slot that we have because the ICLs are playing.
Yeah, he dodging. Heck, Stefan's dodging the smoke for everybody. It's all right. Oh, Praveen with the none of you got dang.
Yeah, she says none of you guys. The problem is she has to come to the shop to play us. So she has an undefeated record because she just hasn't played us. So
True.
that's fine though. She come through. We'll throw some hands. Kylie, before we move on to the next segment, I do want to get your insight on your run because since you, I think, out of all of SSG, you made top 8. So talk to us about that.
It was kind of a tough day. There was a lot of like people teching for discard. I actually played one of Illuminati's team members, Bill Ackerman.
Eddie.
Eddie, and he teched Magic of Dispel, which again I'm not used to really playing around, so I had to like adjust like quickly to that. My answer to it was kind of bouncing it and just kind of letting him replay it. I'm like, how much do you value this card, right? Like it's a 5 cost, so like if I bounce it and I just don't discard you, I just ink my discard. Like, are you gonna play it again and just wait, like take your turn to do that? And that's kind of what I did, and that's kind of what he was doing. I think he really wanted to like keep the hand safe. So I just kind of kept bouncing it. I lost to Mai. Mai was my only loss in Swiss. Again, I mean she's a good player. Blurple, not usually a match that I'm terrified of. I played the way I should, but game 3 she got me with 2 McDuck manners. I just could not take those manners off the board. I inked a Cove early on. And I really regretted it. I was like, man, if I had this Cove, it could have changed the game. But, I really didn't think I'd see manner back to back, just boom, boom. And then I made top 8. I played Mark Miller, mirror match, and he just had it. He had it all. He went first.
He told us all about it in the recap show. Man, I don't know, man. He had some choice words to say about you.
Yeah, no, I guess he doesn't like me. I love Mark Miller. I take care of him all the time, but I guess he don't really like me. He had to grind me into the dirt and then talk about it. So
no. So just to give a little context, I did tell him before the show. I said, I want you to do the biggest dig you can at Kylie because Kylie swears by Emerald Steel discard, and the fact that he got absolutely dumpstered, to say the least, in top 8 in that
match. He opened game 1, Diablo, shift Diablo, put in the Cove, and then on 3 played another Diablo, and I had no Diablo. So game 1, and then he played another Diablo. He played 3 Diablos. I had 0 Diablos. I actually killed all 3, but it wasn't enough. Like he had too many cards. I had no cards. I couldn't get drawn online, and then game 2 is the same thing. He opens Diablo, shift Diablo into Cove, and plays another Diablo, and I saw Diablo that game, but it was like turn 5. I'm just raw playing a Diablo for 3, and he just cracks it and kills it. So, but he did really good that day. His list was a little interesting. The one of finding my Platinum I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know what he thought was going to be there to where that was
running into red blue items, but I mean the great thing about that card is that it's inkable. So
it's definitely inkable. That was the only card I was like, I saw him like ink it early on. I'm like, that's an interesting card, because to me that's a bad top deck.
Yeah, but he has it as a 1-of. It's not as bad. Sometimes we like to hedge our bets, right? And we just throw a 1-of. Now 2 will be a little too much, 2 to 3, right? So 1, if you see it good, you don't mulligan or keep it, right? If you draw it later in the game, and you just, if it works, it works, right? But you can say that about almost any other card in your deck, right? Like late game, you don't want to be top decking your little Diablo or your Morph. You want bombs, right? So
I can do something with little Diablo. More, I can see your hand. I can add cards to the board for strength.
But still, like mid game, once you're already established board, you usually ink those guys, right? Like
it's definitely the
so 1-of it's not bad. I agree with that.
I mean,
I do 1-ofs here and there.
I tried that card a lot. I think the only person I've ever been like, man, this card feels good against is Chris Para. I mean, that's it. Other than Chris Para, like I'll play. I find out my Platinum. I'm like, yeah, I just hit like 3 items, and then it's like 3, 4, 5 items come down the next turn. I'm like, well, Can't hit those now.
So Mark specifically mentioned that he found value in having Fine and Platinum to disrupt the Maurice's workshop. So I think maybe in his testing, he was having a bit of difficulty keeping up with the ability to discard against the Maurice's workshop. So again, I think Hector pointed out best that like the one of is good. It's inkable. If you need it, it's there. If not, it's a solid ink choice.
Maurice's Workshop, is that the one that you pop and the next one is 2?
No, it's the one that you draw cards whenever you play an item.
The red blue thing?
It's red. It's blue. It's just blue.
No, it's just it's a it's. I think
Oh, duh. Yeah. Maurice's Workshop. Duh, 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 duh.
this is why Kylie doesn't play I Find and Platinum because he doesn't remember the cards.
No, you know, he always does the same thing. I told you, look, does not practice a single thing, takes a deck list, right? And then he's like, all right, I'm playing it. And then he just shows up and freaking tops, right? Like, but you know why he doesn't close it? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you
I
why.
don't close it, bro. I don't use the My Hero sleeves.
The sleeves, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm trying to
He does
tell
every time.
you
He does
the
it every
winning
time.
combination. You take 50% of my advice, and then you forget the sleeves, and then, bro,
All right, bro. I promise for the Fabled event and the Invitational, I will play My Hero sleeve. Bring me the pack. I need them blessed by Hector himself.
I'm gonna put it away in like holy water here for the
Yeah,
next couple
holy
months.
water.
So we could,
Oh, bro, he could be right. He could be right 100%. Because I've made top 8 like the past 3 that I played, and I did the Arcasia's one, the 5K. I couldn't. I had to drop out of the 10K for the store, and then the this one. I made top 8, bro. I just get like steamrolled. Like I don't even get to play. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I don't know if it's like I just dodged the heavy hitters. Like I played Bivens in the 5K top 8. We go to game 3, and I was first in Swiss that one, so I was play. Bivens was 8th, so he was on the draw. The man triple rabbit, triple Zeus's me to oblivion. I'm like Beast Zeus, Diablo Zeus, Beast Zeus. I'm like, man,
if you would have used in my hero sleeves,
Yeah.
you only would have Zeused you twice.
yeah, right. The third Beast would have lived. There's Mark Miller, bro. He's coming in, bro. Yeah, bro. Mark Miller, bro. Against him, I don't even see a Diablo. I'm like, bro, where's this card? Where's this card? I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm just top. I'm like Prince John on 3, like pass. On 4, I'm like Muses pass, and
No,
Mark's over here with like 3
he-
Diablos. I'm like, yeah, I'm
he
good.
prayed to the Diablo gods because a lot of the games that I would see is like this man has Diablo shift all the time. I'm here playing Diablo and I shifted like twice the whole tournament. It's like, what the hell's going on? You know why it was, Kylie? Because I wasn't using my hero sleeves either.
Yeah, bro. My hero, I guess, bro. My hero sleep good, bro.
Yeah, man. Like you got to use it for your color. I'm gonna get you ones that are green. Look, talking about my hero sleeve. Look,
What, the
I have,
Deku ones?
look, I got this one
I need the Deku, bro.
right here, bro. This is the right here, bro. This
Yeah,
is
that's the one, bro. That's the green steel. That's
That's
the
the
green
green steel one,
killer,
bro.
bro.
telling you.
Oh man. Yeah, Mark, good job, bro. Congrats, brother. I didn't get to tell you because I had left that night, but I'm proud of you, bro. You brought green steel and you did green steel proud, bro. I didn't even know what you were playing. That's why I said like when you flipped over, when you turned one to Diablo, I'm like, oh.
We have inducted Mark into the honorary Bald Brothers Club. Welcome to the winning Bald Brothers Club, man.
That is one club I am proud that I'm not part of. So
It's all right. You'll get there. You'll get there.
some pretty strong genes. So feeling good. Still feels good.
If you got the brain power, we got to lose something. So you know what I mean. Like we're gonna be good at card games. We got to lose the
Are you
hair.
calling me dumb? Are you calling me bad at card games? What's up?
What? You want to raise your skill level? You need the My Hero sleeves and lose your hair. Look at Kylie.
I need the
I
My
need
Hero
one too.
sleeves. No, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go to Target. I'm gonna pick up the My Hero sleeves, and I'm gonna pick up the Rogaine in the next aisle too, and I'll be good.
Bro, if you, bro, you're not stressing enough in the games, bro. That's why we have no hair.
Exactly.
Every
I live in
turn
the stress,
is
bro. I
stress,
use-
bro. There's anxiety if every time.
Yes.
Every time I draw a card, the anxiety level in which I draw that card is crazy.
I
Then
can assure
Every
you.
decision.
I can assure you that running production for SSG events is 10 times more stressful than any card game that you guys have ever played.
That's a lie. That is a lie.
I don't know.
I even lose every single game one just so my stress level is like up here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you have to play on the back burner. Bro. You have to play on the feet. You have to play at death's door to really optimize yourself, bro.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Hey,
That is-
Seven. If I told you, bro, if you don't top 8 the next event, I'm gonna rip every single one of your Steel Song max rarity cards, and I like swear it's in writing, bro. They will hold you down. The store will hold you down while I do it, bro. Joey, Hector, everyone. I promise you, bro. You will top that event.
How about this? What if I were to tell you? What if I were to tell? Just this is a hypothetical for everybody in the chat too. What would I were to tell you right now that if you were to pick up these specific sleeves and you shave your head for our next 10K, that it was a 99% chance of you topping that event? How many people will do it? If you knew there was a 99% chance you were going to top that event, if you shave your head and you use these sleeves, how many people would do it? Just think about that. Or if you top a DLC, right? Like if you're going to top a DLC, if I tell you got to shave your head and put these sleeves, that was 99% shoo-in. Think about it.
Bro, actually, Hector, the only scary part about the My Hero Sleeves DLC is when you get to, like, if you go to finals, bro, they're gonna make you change your sleeves.
Nah, bro, you put the over sleeves, the big over sleeves over them, and then My Hero sleeves are still there.
Bro,
There you go. Look, see, there you go. Look, Mark Miller said it best. He just won our last event. There will be balds everywhere. Yeah. We gotta win. Winning is all that matters. Bald brothers for life.
Who won?
Oh, look, my boy Dreams is bald too. Oh, bro. What am I telling you?
Stefan, you're missing a key piece, bro.
You're missing the winning piece.
I will keep these lovely locks.
Nah.
As long as I can keep them.
Yo, where's Vienna, man? We need her opinion.
Oh, I got it. No, he's not gonna eat a card. If his daughter beats him in the grudge match, he has to shave his head. Let's do it.
But if you win, you get Hector's PSA 9 Cinderella.
Let's do it.
No, I'll take the
I'll put it up. Let's do it.
Jack, you don't count, bro, because you wear a hat all the time, so we don't know. We don't know if you got hair or not. Yes, John Williams, basically bald.
Interesting conversation to say the least. So
yeah, Dylan, he got hit with the Triple John Horizon because he had hair.
No, don't tell that.
Where's Dylan out there?
It's all right. Coming soon. SSG Rogaine, baby. Coming soon. Scan that QR code.
Well, actually, great segue, Hector. Talking about QR codes, I did want, so full disclosure, we have been tirelessly working on our website, loading up a lot of the product that we have in store. A lot of people have been asking for merch. We've put some merch on the website. One of our next items that we actually finished publishing today that I'm really happy to announce, and going into the sponsor segment of here, is, Southside Gaming has proudly produced new branded cloth mats. They're up on the website now. They're available for order, for delivery, or pick up in store. I'm going to go ahead and share that QR code now so you guys can check them out. They're super awesome. If you like, oh, that's hiding Hector. That's hilarious. Yeah, he got Mike Wazowski. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, start pointing.
There you go. They're actually really nice. Like we've been using them on the stream.
Exactly.
Like, playing. We put them out like at our kiosks, and they're actually really, really good quality. If you guys like Spellground mats a lot, and you guys kind of want to preserve your Spellgrounds and not run them into the ground, definitely a good mat to pick up. Represent the Southside squad, but it's nice. Yes, Max Goof Cards. Mike Wazowski is bald.
Yeah, and some of the merch that the shop has, it just looks super clean, right? Like Raymond was saying, like he wears a Southside Gaming hat around. It's just black, nice colors, and people are like, "Oh, where'd you get this? Where's the shop?" You know what I mean? It's just a nice overall hat. That's the only hat I use. Proudly sponsored by SSG.
What are you talking about? You got another hat on right now.
I know, because you know what? My hat's in the car.
That's awesome.
Yo, Max Goof Cards, yo. I agree 100%. I think there's certain people in Disney Universe that would be like top tier Lorcana players. And I think there's certain people like Donald that would be like bottom 2. Just get frustrated and throw their cards.
All right, what do we got next, Stefan?
There
What
we
are
go.
we talking about? Oh, finally, my
There
face clean. Thank you.
I'll leave it there for now. Okay,
That's
so
the main
as I was flipping through scenes, I accidentally clicked the next one I wanted to show, which we have finally compiled the first set of the 64 invitees for the first ever Southside Invitational, themed after what, Kylie?
No, we're not saying.
We want me to say it?
I think you should say it.
Am I saying it?
I think actually,
Banana.
Yeah, he's wearing it. Invitational power line teams. All power line, baby.
so yeah, you've heard it from Kylie. Our Southside Gaming Invitational, first one ever, will be Powerline theme, which is coincidentally was mentioned, planned internally prior to the Fabled announcement that the Goofy movie was going to be in Fabled. So
yeah, no, yeah, we picked it and we're like, yeah,
perfect.
we love Powerline, like Powerline, Goofy movies, everything. Like, you know, people will love this. Like, you know, we were putting Ray on, and then they announced it, and we're like, oh yeah, this is great. This is great.
Stefan,
Yeah.
somebody's asking if we're gonna do rubber mats.
So yeah, I was actually going to let
Okay.
Kylie finish that
Oh,
statement.
my bad.
All good. So we actually are planning a drop with Mattified for, if you guys have seen the mats that we've done prior to the cloth mats, the black mats with the rubber bottom and the foiling of the cherry blossom petals. So we're finalizing the details on those, but we're going to be doing a drop with a collaboration with him. So more details on that will be coming shortly. But yes. You know, any of the merch that you guys are interested in or you have suggestions on, if it totally makes sense, you know, we're happy. Like, you know, a big part of Southside Gaming is our brand and the recognition. So if, you know, you're looking for a rubber mat with Southside Gaming, it's definitely something that's coming down the line. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Mark said we willed it into existence, bro. Can you imagine if RB just says, let's give these people a power line reveal? Bro, it's over. Kylie, look, you see the shirt? I'll buy a wig
I
like
hope,
this
bro.
with the shades. I'll dress in yellow. We're singing the song.
Bro.
We'll do a dance. Oh,
I hope, bro. I hope too, bro. Listen, you guys could see my reaction on that live what was it, live stream we were watching?
Yeah.
The moment they put up that, I think it was the thing with Tinkerbell. Yo, I didn't see the Tinkerbell. I didn't see that. All I saw was the Powerline pack. You can ask Stefan. I'm like, bro, Powerline. I just got up, bro. I just stood up. Stefan was like, what the heck's going on? He was looking at Tinkerbell. And I was like, I was done the rest of the day, bro. Then they showed that Enchanted card, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, I thought Kylie had to use the bathroom for a moment. I was like, Kylie, did you have a rough breakfast? And
Yeah, no, I was Powerline, man. I was
I
yo,
think it's the fastest I've ever seen Kylie move.
yeah, I'm cracking cases of that, boy. Y'all gonna see me just like Scrooge McDuck diving into Lorcana packs of Fable. Like, I'll open an iconic, throw that thing to the side, be like, where's my Powerline card? Where's my Powerline card?
Well, but okay, awesome. But yeah, so we're super excited about the invitational. Are you guys ready to see the list? Super awesome. The graphic was done by none other than Ray, also another strong Lorcana player on the Southside Gaming Lorcana team. So without further ado, let's pull that slide in.
Real quick, DVD just asked, is One Piece coming up? We actually are starting large scale like One Piece tournaments, kind of the same for Lorcana. The first one is actually this Saturday. It will be streamed. I'm not sure. Is there gonna be commentary?
Yes. So Sean did mention there will be commentary.
All right, so it's gonna look very, very similar to our Lorcana structure, but for One Piece. So set 11, the new One Piece set comes out Friday, and then on Saturday we have a tournament. Same exact scaling. There's mats done by Ray. The mat came out really, really cool, actually. Props to Ray for that. And yeah, so One Piece definitely coming, and then we're gonna try to get into more games. I know Gundam's coming out. Riftbound, I think, is the League of Legends game.
Mhm.
We're gonna try to start hyper competitive for that. So just keep looking. We're not only doing Lorcana, even though Lorcana is kind of our biggest thing right now, but we definitely want to bring every game that you guys want to see and all the games that are popular in these communities up to the same par that we do for Lorcana. So
I'm going to do a little segue really quick. If you want to see your game reach the same heights that Lorcana does in Southside Gaming, a big part of it has to do with a lot of the community engagement. That's primarily how Lorcana came to Southside Gaming. It was through the South Florida Lorcana Network. So it's not to say like we definitely want to host these really big events the same way we do with Lorcana. But your community has to come out. Check out locals, like get ingrained with the community, like essentially that state, like the formula is very close to how it was done with Lorcana and could be done with any game down here, as long as we have the audience for it. You've seen it. We've expanded the store. We have 3 bays now. We have the space to run up to 150 people tournaments in the store alone. I don't think there's a lot of stores down here in South Florida that can do the same without having to rent out a venue. And you've seen the pricing we do for Lorcana. Could you imagine what the pricing would be like for these other games? I've seen some of these one-piece cards go for 3 to 4 times as much as some of these Lorcana cards go. So,
it's crazy.
it's super awesome. Dreams has a great question here. We are not. I'm gonna pull the Ravensburger. We are not ready to talk about the pricing in specific. However, I will mention that it will be worth the invite that you worked so very hard to get. So the moment we have those details to share, we will definitely share them. But initially, what's going to happen on this list is we're going to be sending out preliminary RSVPs via email. So please make sure your Melee email is the email that is your main email for communication, because that is the method how I have to contact you. We're going to give you up until July 1st to RSVP. If you decline or do not answer, we will be issuing pass downs respective to the event that you will be declining the invite to. So, for example, we see the Second Chance 5K, right? If let's see, I'll use Jonathan Sweet since I actually spoke to him yesterday. If for some reason he's unable to make it, we will go to the 9th person based on standings. I mean, I think from the Second Chance 5K there are pass downs from the prior 3 events, but to make it as simple as possible, we pass down to the next available person based on standings for that respective event. So check your Melee on those respective events to see if you have any question, or like if you think you have a chance based on pass downs. Again, make sure your email that you use for Melee is the best way to contact you. We will be posting this list on socials, and I want to ask a huge favor of anybody here or that will see the post. If you see yourself, your friend, if you see your grandmother on this list, tag them on Twitter. Let them know that they're going to be receiving an invite, and share this, because this is a really special event for us. This has been more or less almost a year in the making. Between the conceptualization of the original 8 tournaments up until this big one, and we want it to be quite possibly the best grassroots based tournament that we can possibly throw. So your support is greatly appreciated, and we definitely look forward to seeing the next or the best 64 players based on standings from our last 8 events come and join us for this wonderful event.
Done. If you guys are reading this list, this is stacked. This list is stacked. I mean, the stress level that like you're gonna have in some of these matchups and who you're gonna play is like, Hector, you see what I'm saying, man? Like, look at this list, man. You got Dylan.
You got multiple.
Obi.
You got multiple Mickey winners. Like,
yeah, bro.
Players that are going to Worlds. A lot of players that went to Nationals. Multiple event tops.
Yep.
A lot of good local players that are constantly doing well in this field. Like,
this is stacked. This is stacked. If this is the 64 players that show up, it is going to be a day. It is gonna be a day, and I mean, definitely gonna be some great games to watch. So we might have to get the second stream set up that day just to capture as many games as we can.
Yeah. We I have an idea for that. Um, I'm gonna work on it with some of our previous commentators to see if we can have multiple streams running at the same time. That way,
Oh wow,
yeah, if you're
wow!
interested in watching,
I didn't know about this, but wow.
yeah, no, I mean I've seen it done. 20 Lore Pro does it.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, no, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, so like whoever's commentating for us on one game, and then like guest commentator on like another game.
I'll tell you what, if you're interested if you are a current Lorcana commentator, either through the ICL or in your local area, and you're interested in collaborating for this, and my original idea was to do it based on providing secondary languages because I wanted to provide coverage in multiple languages. But I'm sure there's something that we have the internet at our hands, so we can figure out a way to stream this to multiple commentators and get as much coverage on this event as possible. So
Yeah, that's a good.
reach out to me on Twitter and let's see how we can make that work.
It's
Hey
gonna be
guys,
a
remember
fun.
this is Infinity format, so this is everything plus Fabled.
So,
And
Kylie, I want to, because I have been hearing some feedback as to what our choice, the reason for our choice of doing Infinity format for the Invitational. Could you enlighten our guest as to why we decided to go with that?
Yeah, so like one of the biggest things was we really like to like have that day one big tournament with like big names in it, so like we can really help define the meta and like kind of see where it goes from there. And so the way that it falls, we can do the release event for the rotation set, and this just happened to be like just kind of luck that this happened, the like what we were doing, but the release event can happen, and it'll be rotation, and then the invitational can be the infinity format. So we actually get to present both formats. And I think I know Ravensburger wants both formats to be like very competitive and prevalent. Like they mentioned they'll do like high level tournaments. I'm not sure if there'll be like DLCs for both or how they'll break it down. But I just think that it's that pull the Hirams out of the trash. Yo, that's actually one thing I was gonna mention after Meyer. Hold on. But I just think like we just think it'll be really cool, and I think that there'll be like a level. It's like different skill levels. It's like day one you have to have your mindset on one thing, and then day two you have to have your mindset on something else. So for Miller and Dreams, interestingly enough, hopefully there's some like I guess some information about Infinity format released after Worlds or before Fable comes out, so we kind of know if there's any changes. If like, because maybe they will unban Hiram and Fortisphere in Infinity format, like in the beginning. Maybe they just start no ban list, right? I don't think they unerrata Bucky. Um, but maybe they do that. Jay Florian, when we came up with everything, that actually wasn't like it wasn't a thing yet. They announced that for Worlds. We thought about it. I think one issue with that though is it kind of forces everybody to have 3 decks, which for some people is a lot. Like for some people, it's a lot to like be able to build and have 3 decks to use. But yeah, no, Infinity and Core are gonna have separate bans. That's what I'm saying. So I wonder if like Infinity just gonna keep the band that it has, or if they're gonna start fresh. So hopefully Ravensburger gives us some info. If not, maybe me and Stefan can reach out to them and just kind of ask, hey, we're gonna do this. Are we keeping the ban list? Is there no ban list? Like, how do you guys want to see this played out? So, but I think it's gonna be really cool to see like Fabled Core meta day one, and then the next day get to see kind of where the meta could be with Infinity format.
Yeah, and then also to follow up on Jay Floren's question, so we are in the process of showcasing some triple deck format on our stream. We're looking to do a small invitational to a couple of our South Florida local teams in a 4v4v4v4 match. We will showcase some of those teams coming up. But I am in touch with their captains already, and we're planning the logistics behind it. Originally, we were planning on doing it across a couple of days, but it looks like the majority vote seems to want to do it, jam it out all in one day. So we will provide some details on how to watch some of the coverage on that, and we will announce the date shortly. I will say that the date is planned to be before Worlds. So we wanted to showcase some sealed, super sealed format, and then as well as the triple deck format, just to kind of give a couple of our Worlds players some insight into what they can expect. And actually, that actually is another great segue into the last segment for today, which I wanted to talk with Kylie since he got a chance to speak on stream or to be on stream to demonstrate triple deck form, or sorry, not triple deck formats, the super sealed format. So he, Ray, and Mikey had a chance to crack open some packs, open up 2 enchanteds that we gave away on stream, and were able to find out what it was like to be in the seat of a Worlds player preparing for this new exciting format. Kylie, give us some thoughts. What do you think? When it comes to opening the packs, like you go from doing a traditional sealed format up to almost triple the amount of packs and getting to add an additional color. So instead of having 2, you have 3. What was going through your mind as you were trying to narrow down some of your selections, and ultimately, what did you go with, and what was your strategy?
I think that it's actually a really fun format. I think that there's so many cards. The way me and Ray did it is, I think the best way that you do it, you just kind of open one set at a time, and you separate by color, and you just start to, like, in your head, think of like what cards are like really good, right? Like you're like, all right, like I hit a Maui Shark and I'm like, all right, red. Like I'm definitely leaning on red now, right? Because evasives in you know in a limited format are insane in this game. And then you have a card like Maui Shark, like with the stats on him and the and just his ability to recur whatever actions you might draw. And it's just like you just kind of see like, okay, so I'm definitely going red, right? Then in steel, I hit Namari, and I'm like, okay, I have Namari. I had a dock, so I'm like, okay, I can get cards back. So I'm like, okay, I have Namari, I have dock, like let me go. And then I know in purple I hit some really good like bounce cards, some cards that gave hit 2 gatherings, which I'm like, okay, gathering can just steal me a game, especially with a Maui Shark. Like imagine I need three lore. I just gather for 3 with a shark out. So I just kind of started to see in my head like what I could put together. And then you just kind of go from there with your curve and your uninkables. You look for your evasive cards. You look for your cards with support. Your cards that are just not things that you necessarily would look for in a core constructed deck, but things that can put you ahead in like a limited format. Like a big card for me was Pain. Pain did really good, like just shifting damage. Kuzco was insane. That card, like,
Yeah, Mark said it best. Bombs.
yeah,
You go for your bombs, man. You split the colors, like you said. I think that's a great strategy. And you go for the most bombs. Usually in these sealed events, like in any game, right? Like Magic, when people draft, like you get a bomb and you build your deck around that bomb, and you usually excel at it, right? But I like it that they made it 3 colors and it's not just every card, because like usually
yeah,
when you sealed, like it's every color, right? Like you just pick all your cards, so it will make it a little like too unfair if somebody opens up like
100%.
a bunch of like good cards, right? So now look, like Ray says, if you open up Shark, you usually win. I mean, because that's a bomb, right? So you split the colors, and then it at least mitigates a little bit of like your opponent having like a
Yeah.
crazy strong deck.
No, I did enjoy that because like I had to like bench blue and blue, green, and yellow. And I had some really good cards in those three colors. I mean, I had Sail, I had All Is Found, I had double Cusco, the one that the one that can yeet a location or item.
Okay.
And then it has the effect you can keep doing to give your characters resist, I think, right? But like two of those, I just had like good cards in every color, but like I think that it does take a little bit more skill because like there's certain like you have to kind of fill your deck in, right? When you're using three colors. There's gonna be some cards that you're just like not 100% about, but you're like, you know what, I'll play this. Like I wound up using Mother Gothel, honestly, like as kind of like a cantrip for Doc, or to buff something evasive to take out something evasive that was giving me a problem. Like, generally like as an uninkable, I probably wouldn't pick that card, but I'm like, I need to find something in these colors. And it's like, when you have access to all 6 colors, we get way more powerful cards. But when you have to utilize some of these cards that you generally wouldn't pick, just because they fill in the colors that you do want to use, takes a little bit more like skill. And I know, there is a bit of luck, right, in opening things. Like I think like Ray did get unlucky with not getting a shark. He got a Mufasa, but again, how amazing is Mufasa if you can't get to it? But it was definitely fun. It was definitely a fun experience. Like I know, like we're gonna try to offer it at the store, or we might plan it out as like a special event. Even if even only 8 to 10 people come out and play. But I definitely recommend you guys trying it. Really, really cool concept, and you can make some fun plays. You can have some fun with your friends. Like Mikey beat me with a Maximus that he was just kind of sitting on, and I just couldn't, like, he just didn't turn it sideways, but I just couldn't deal with it, and it just kind of ticked him up 2 lore every turn. And he got to exact lethal. He dropped that big boy Hiram that quests for 3, the one that should be banned as well. Any Hiram card should just be banned. But he was able to get exact lethal, and it made me think back, like, man, I didn't respect that Maximus. I could have killed it, and I just didn't. But it's cool. Like, and I think another cool thing is it gets you to see like a lot of cards you just don't really look at. Like you have to like read them, and like I never read the Cusco card, and I was like, oh, this card's not bad. Like, wow, like it's 4 inkable, and it bounces a 2 or less location, item, or character. I'm like, you can definitely get like something annoying off the board here. You can get a popsicle off the board. Not that you would maybe want to, because they'll draw another card, but you can get something off the board. You can get a Cove off the board, interestingly enough. So if like red purple's having a hard time wiping the board with a Sisu, it's like but it just makes you think of like plays you kind of wouldn't think of, because these cards like really never see they never see the light of day. They just go into the bulk bins.
Yeah, deck building is also harder because at the end of the day, let's say you open your packs, right? After a while, like let's say you have some for sure fire picks for your deck, right? Like the bombs and stuff. But then your deck's probably going to get to what, 45 cards, 50 cards at most. And then you got to fill in the slots with cards that are not the best, but you still have to make the cut, right? So that's what makes it a little harder. And also, from what I've seen in these sealed formats, it makes you think, because like a mistake like can lose you the game completely, whereas since there's not much removal, like usually whoever attacks first and then loses the advantage just ends up losing the game, right? Like, so a lot of people would just drop a couple of guys, and then if you swing and I trade them in for free, now I got complete advantage, then it turns the game upside down. But then there's also those games where like your opponent just opens up like super aggro and has a bunch of like questers, right? And they just out quest you super fast, and you just can't do anything because there's no removal and stuff to get you back in the game. So it's fun. So it makes you think, and then deck choices, and then playing, you got to play a little more tight, like where you just don't quest recklessly all over the place, because if they just clear your board or 2-for-1 you on one of those turns, then you're just like lost the game on the spot, right? Compared to as like where you could have like board wipes or you could come back.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of like playing Cherna Dogs, where you have to pick when you're
Yeah.
going to turn the corner. When you're just like, all right, now it's time. Now I start going sideways. But Mark, I believe it's minimum 50. I think you can play
It
more
is.
than 50 cards.
Minimum 50.
Yeah, it's minimum 50. We all stuck to 50. And it's mostly because like you do have to, like, the last 7 to like 10 cards, you like we kind of found ourselves just trying to fill in. Like we didn't want to blow up the curve. We didn't want to throw in a bunch of uninkables. So we just kind of were like, what's like the best of the worst right now, kind of. So I don't know if many people would go over 50. I don't really see a mill strategy as a possible thing. But
you won't see your good cards either, right? Like if you
yeah,
stick
yeah,
with
and
50
it just
cards,
it hurts your variance. So I think most people will stick to 50. You'd have to open some insane packs to really want to be at 60. I guess you could have hit like Beyond the Horizon and like Desperate Plans and stuff that can maybe kind of help you draw, like was it Vision of the Future? Maybe if you open like, I could see if you open 2 visions, you could maybe play a couple more cards, like 52 to 54, because you're digging. But I think most people probably stick at like 50. Because even then, like, you might not see, like, I think one game I played, I didn't even see Maui Shark. And, I even mull for it because I'm like, hey, if I can just stick this card, this is going to be good.
That's
This is
awesome.
definitely fun. I definitely recommend, like, if you guys aren't local and, I just even play with your friends. That's what me, Ray, and Mikey basically did. Just crack 16 packs and have a good time.
And also too, there are some tools out there that can help you simulate opening up the pack. So if you have like a lot of bulk, and you're just looking for a way to kind of just randomly generate those cards for you, just to try it, because I mean, 16 packs, I'm sure expense is relative to some people, but it's a lot. So Mark's question here is how dual inks handled, the same way as before. So if you end up using an amber amethyst dual ink, 2 of your 3 inks have to be amber amethyst. You don't get like kind of like that extra 4th ink if you decide to use a dual ink. Like you're locked into 2 of those colors. So
Yeah, so
and
like
then-
I was able to play red, purple steel, and red steel, and red, purple steel, and red steel. Yeah, those.
Cool. We'll go into a little bit more detail on that, Kylie. I just wanted to give Hector a moment to. He's got to jump. I wanted to allow him to say any final thoughts before he jump off. And any last words?
last words, bald power. Love you guys, Stefan. You're gonna end up shaving that head. Dreams, keep living the dream and taking our price support.
This is what I look like. Ready? Here we go.
Bro.
I like it, bro.
Perfect.
That's hot, bro. I just
Perfect.
got a little
Perfect.
steamy in here, bro.
Oh,
Woo!
Me
Boom, ain't gonna have to look out, boy.
also, don't forget, I'm going to give away the mat. And I appreciate everybody that tunes in every week. It kind of feels like, we're hanging out with X amount of people all the time. We're here chilling. It makes my weeks better, to be honest, where, I know there's times that it's super complicated for me to just go to the card shop that week because, work, life stuff. So then we meet at these podcasts and everybody's here and it just feels like I'm at the card shop, right? So it's a blessing to be able to do this and hang out with everybody. And it's like a weekly routine now for me. So appreciate everybody tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week.
Bye, Hector.
Thanks again, Hector. And I'll leave Hector's QR code here. This is a link straight to his X. So be sure to follow him, interact with him. We're trying to get him to talk more and share some of his insights on Lorcana there. But yeah, Hector, have a great night. We will see you either in the shop or we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Take care.
Bye, Papa.
All right.
Remember, guys, my mat is the one that will be given away. RMB will have a chance to take the personal one from Hector. This will definitely be streamed, probably commentated. This is going to be like a Clash of Titans thing. We'll probably get a little lineup, maybe get like 3 or 4 people to go after that have a little bit of beef. Maybe Stefan and Freddie can go.
That would be fun. I actually would
Yeah.
not mind it, and
Yeah,
it's really interesting for us because we're both. Look at Ray correcting you.
my bad. R&B, R&B. There's too many. There's too many things. All right.
Obviously,
There's too many
everybody's
things.
bold, and everybody's using R&B in their name. So,
Exactly. Exactly. Everybody is bald except for Seven. Everybody's bald.
but
How many bald people are in the invitational? I want to know. I want to poll.
I will say that I think one of the neat things for at least for me and Freddie to play is because we've played Steel Song so long. It'd be nice to see us do a mirror in another ink pairing. Like for example, I played for locals yesterday. I played Emerald Steel Discard, and I absolutely like. I was rewatching the stream. And I was like, oh my god, this is the absolute worst way to play this deck. And it'd just be funny to kind of see us fumble, like as we're trying to learn a deck.
You guys got to go pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
Steel Song v Steel Song.
I mean, we'll do that too, but
I'll,
I'm just
I'll
thinking
challenge. I'll challenge my. We'll have
You know what we
Jack
need to
and
do?
Ray on there.
This is what we'll. I think what we need to do for content would be seeing like the best red purple player in the area, and you just do like mirrors, right?
Oof.
Because that's the one thing that people complain about is the mirror in their own ink. But like the
Oh,
true
no.
master would be the one who can defeat the other player in the home ink. And then we can call those like the ambassadors of those inks.
That's
Right, so,
tough.
like,
That's tough.
why?
Sometimes die roll plays a big part, bro.
Okay, but I mean, you have to learn how to play the game on the player of the draw. So
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong 100%. But like, I mean, it'd be interesting. Like, you pick a day where you're like, this is green steel day, and like all the green steel players come out, and you see who can green steel it out.
I know, Ray, it's not a good measure, but I think it's one that is like there is some value to it. I mean, you could try to play against like one. You'd have to figure out like who is the best in each ink pair, and I guess to see how many of those opponents you can uh, beat, right? So like, look at your top Amber Steel, your top Emerald Steel, your top. I think that would be a cool thing to try to figure out.
The color gauntlet. Oh, the
Yeah.
color gauntlet.
But yeah,
Yeah. Hey, did anybody download the PlayHub yet at all?
you don't download it, Kylie.
Whatever. Okay. Did anybody log? Okay. Did anybody sign in? Okay. Sorry. Did anybody sign into the PlayHub? You know what? I signed into it yesterday, and they gave my default was Blurple. I was like, what is that?
That is maybe it's telling.
They were
Give me one of my colors.
making me relive my beating my ass. What was yours when you logged in?
They defaulted me as just Amber.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Nah, you're just a basic bitch. Excuse my language.
yeah.
What did you do, Mark? What were you when you logged in, bro? What was your color? Default. You, Ray, you are truly a zesty squirrel. I can see it. I can see it. I thought Bucky was the only zesty squirrel in my life, but you're actually him too. My little zest. I'm just gonna call you my little zesty squirrel. Plain Amy was your name, but what color did they give you? I couldn't believe Blurple. I'm like, do they think I'm Devin? Like, what are they? They think I'm Mikey? Like, what's going on here? I've actually, you know what's interesting? I've never played Blurple.
You just played against it and lose against it.
Not, but that's the funny thing. Not typically, when Mai plays it, yeah. Mikey too. Mikey's good with it. I have a hard time playing against Mikey.
You know, you got to play against the. I think his name is Jacob. He came for yesterday's locals with the Blurple items.
No, I played against him.
That guy is putting together
The Royal Tantrum.
an Enigma machine.
Funny enough, the onesie, bro. Not the onesie, bro. Not the onesie. Dang, Mark, you just instantly changed it, bro. You're probably Amber Steel, bro. Steel songs. I think it's cool though, like the play hub. I think it's like a cool step. Hope to see more customization in it. Hope to see it. Yeah, definitely shout out to my.
Shout out to Mai for making it on the Invitational. I don't think she was too worried about it based on her standings from the last event, but I do want to shout out. She is such a strong player in our area, and she absolutely plays her heart out no matter what the event is. Even during our pop ups, she would drive all the way down. She would come to collect bounties during the week. And like she'll sit down. If you're wearing an SSG shirt, she's like, "Oh, so there's a bounty on you too?" And she
Bro.
just
Bro, I don't know, bro. She wears this Dallas Cowboys like sequin hat only to like big events.
that's her.
That's like her lock-in. I'm assuming she's not in here, but if she is, maybe I'll ask her next time. But I'm assuming that's like her totem, like her good luck charm.
If
Because
you see
every
her wearing
time,
that hat,
yeah, if you see her wearing that hat, prepare to get smoked. Like that hat is like she locks in. I don't like. She just puts on that hat, looks down. You like. I don't even know where she's looking at. She just like beat you go, beat you go, you go. And I'm like, man, there's some power in that hat. I need a hat like that. I need to find a hat that I can just pop on and have that kind of power. And Stefan needs to shave his head to receive that kind of power.
that's so awesome. But yeah, so we're coming up on time, Kylie. I just want to give you an opportunity for some final thoughts. How do you think the meta is starting off based on our events and a couple other events over the weekend? Where do you see us as Lorcana players heading into set champs and then ultimately the release of Fable? How's that looking?
I think unfortunately this is gonna be a very steel heavy meta.
Mhm.
I think that Beyond the Horizon is just super powerful card, like just super powerful. Any steel deck that plays it, even like purple steel would utilize that card. You could literally sing it with a Pete and a rabbit, and then you know what I mean. And I think we're gonna see a lot of steel. I think I'm gonna be a little excited for the rotation now that I think about it, because we're gonna see like new stuff when rotation happens, right? We're gonna see like new decks come into play, new like game plans and like paths to victory. Because right now, I mean, we just kind of see the same. Like it's like the same thing. It's like you could play Steel Songs, you could play Amber Steel Aggro, you could play Prince John Discard, you could play Red Purple Control, you could play Red Blue Control. You know what I mean? It's like it's just the same decks. Like look at like Green Steel. Like I think me, Mark, and Akaika like all topped, and it was like almost the same list. Only new card added was Beyond the Horizon. In some cases, Chip. It's just like the same old thing. So I think it'll be exciting to shake it up a little bit and see like where we go. And I think it's fun that it'll be the two formats, right? There'll be like two formats to play. So like if people really like the old play styles, like they want to stay on discard, they want to stay on Steel Songs, they can. They can keep improving those strategies. And then people that want to play new things and new strategies are definitely able to cook in. And I think that's going to be really healthy for the game, and I think it's going to be really fun for everybody. I'm sad to see some cards go, right? I think everybody is. Stefan, I know you're going to cry if Ariel doesn't get reprinted. That's true.
I'm actually okay with it. Like, I love how rotation is going to force me out of my comfort zone and allow me to play other decks. And even like yesterday was a perfect example. Like, I complained about not enjoying playing Emerald Steel Discard. I still got fourth in locals. I only lost one game. And it just, again, I think if there's anything, I think this is the time to kind of send your deck off in its most honorable fashion. Try to understand and pay attention to a lot of cards in set 5 and forward to see what's going to stick around after rotation. So that way that you've kind of gotten a head start, right? And we don't have to necessarily skip all of the Reign of Jafar meta, because there is a really awesome set champ card and Matt coming out. Even though
the Jafar's nice. That's not. I like the villain ones. I think I think the Ursula is definitely one of my favorites.
So the one thing that I need to look at the mat again, but the one thing that I assume that was going to happen, because just like you had mentioned, the Ursula mat, it being the fourth set, I always feel like, or I'm starting to understand the cadence with it. It seems like the fourth set tends to be like the big bad set, which the set champion kind of like it almost is like that end cap, right? So like
Mhm.
the card was good, the mat, the font for the champion text was phenomenal. That was the one champ mat that I
Yeah.
actually really wanted,
Yeah, they did that one well.
and
Like the
I
sand would have been. I don't know. I didn't look at the champion, but like if
yeah,
there's like
I'm gonna pull
sand,
it up. Let me
I
look it up right now because now
think
I'm
it'd be cool. If there's like sand on it, the way they foiled,
yeah.
like if they copy the foiling that they use in the board game for the special cards on the champion mats, like Ursula had like the ink, like the octopus ink. If Jafar has like the sand on his, I think it'd be pretty sick. I wonder who the fourth villain's gonna be. Or sorry, third.
I mean, a lot of people were speculating Hades was going to be this one. So there's a lot of the flavor text in regards to Hades is this does seem
Next,
interesting.
next big boy, Hades. We have to deal with some Hades action.
Yeah, so it does look like the font for the champion text in this one is unique in comparison to some of the other champion text for some of the other decks. Or sorry, mats. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and post it up here. Um,
Yeah, let's see.
find the tab that has Restream on it. Give me a second, guys. You can clearly tell that I was ready for this stream with all my assets ready, but we'll do it live. So yeah,
We're
that's
doing it together.
horrible quality. There we go, a little bit better since it's smaller. But yeah, so that's the champion map for this set, champ. So I can definitely see a lot of people fighting for it. I know.
I like it.
Mhm.
I really do. I wish they had that sand effect on the champion, like they did. I think that would have been the Pacha meme. That when it hits it just right. You know what I mean? It's definitely cool. It's a good mat, and the only thing I can say for Ravensburger is I think they should bring back 2 mats. I think that was like the most upsetting thing for people, considering the only special event they have every set is this. I think that 2 mats, top 8 promos, and entry promos, and Dreams will definitely look out. Thanks for tuning in, my boy. Hit us up on Discord if you have our info. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that I think people really want back, because it's a long day, like a set champs. It's 5 or 6 rounds, and it just kind of hurts a little bit to like make it to the finals and not walk away with a mat. I think
It feels very similar to the Stitch set champs, right? Making top 8 and then losing out there and walking out with potentially nothing. A lot of stores were not doing additional prize support outside of what was sent to them in their kit. So
yeah, the Stitch to me though, that was like an oddity.
That was the first one.
Yeah, that was the first one. There wasn't any big event. I mean, people were just dying to play for something bigger, and unfortunately, that was it. That was what lined up. I don't think they knew how. Yeah, Mark. See, I feel it, Mark. I feel it for you, man. I feel it for you. That's why we actually got 4. We got the one they gave us, and then we tracked down 3. 2 of our players actually brought them back, so shout out to them. Appreciate you guys for that. That way, like, it felt a little bit better. I think going forward, definitely if they continue to do this, we'll still try to get that second one, so at least first and second will get a play mat. But yeah, I just think I think 2 mats. I mean, obviously they have a reasoning for it, but I definitely think the 2 mats just felt a little bit better. I think that and it meant it meant something too. Like, you know, man, I got a champion mat, but I could have wound up with this mat, you know, and like you could tell, like, oh man, that guy won that mat. That guy almost won a mat. So you could even see, like, you know, where people stood and how it was going in it. Oh yeah, you did win it back. You did win it back, Ray. Congrats to Ray for winning a mat, donating a mat, and then winning the mat back. Only Ray could do that. Only Ray himself.
Ray's a strong player. You know, he's a really good guy. He does help out around the store a lot, outside of playing Lorcana, and you know, if there's anybody who deserves that mat outside of their skill level, even being generous enough to donate it and win it back, it's Ray. So shout out to Ray.
Yeah, love Ray. Ray's super helpful, great guy. I literally think he's an employee sometimes. He'll be there and I'm like, hey Ray, can you do this for me? And he does it. He doesn't even ask.
You
He's
asked him
like,
to
yeah.
move the boxes of sleeves yesterday.
And I'm like, yo, Ray, can you do this for me? He's like, yeah, I got you. But Mark, you know what it is, Mark? We talked about this on one of our other podcasts. The card has to be relevant, right? Obviously this had to be Jafar, right? Had to be Jafar. I don't think the entry promo card has to be the same as the enchanted card, just non-foil. Like, imagine here, right? Let's just take let's look at like some highly playable cards, right? Let's look at Beyond the Horizon. Lilo and Stitch movie just came out. Let's say the entry promo was an alternate art version of Beyond the Horizon, and then your top 8 promo was the Jafar. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Maleficent don't matter. You're right, 100%. But that, I just think, like, I think it's just a choice of card, right? Like, you know, I think if they just, like, you can go back to Shimmering Skies, right? What if they did a Pete? People went crazy. Or a Doc. Peter Doc, right? Imagine like Docs were like $15, and imagine Doc was just handed out on entry promo. Docs would not be $15. So I think like it's just they're just kind of learning, like, ebbs and flows to it. But I think that handing out something on entry is definitely good. People want that, especially when you go to like a 30 player set champs, and you know it's like a hard crowd. But I think choice is going to be like really big going forward. You know, they're going to know the cards that are like the heaviest hitter cards. And even with reprints, right? Like, you know, that Captain Hook they reprinted in this set. They could have just put that Captain Hook as the entry promo. You know, but I think that, like, if they adapt and they kind of realize that, I think that they might lean into like some cooler entry promos, and definitely don't think it has to be the same card. They could keep the same theme. They could have done like another like Aladdin themed card, right? Like,
Yeah, what if like they had a playable Iago or something like that? That would be kind of neat.
yeah, it'd be cool. Like they could have done the evasive, is it evasive? Yeah, no, the vanish.
Invasive, yeah, but that one's from the Arcasia's Island, so I don't.
But I don't even think it has to be from the set. I
mean,
think it could just be a promo card. It could be on theme, you know. Like I think like people like theming, right? Like we've seen that at our events. Like we theme our events. People like a good theme, you know. I mean, I don't think anybody would be sad to on entry get an Iago promo that they're playing in their deck, and that's the only variant art. Same thing with like Rapunzel's, right? And Cinderella's. Those are sick cards. Like, yeah, sure, we all can't play them foil because they're super, super expensive, but you can have that cool Rapunzel over a regular Rapunzel. And I just think playable cards. I think playable cards really drive people out. You know, I think, you know, Maleficent definitely a good pick, but like I have to say, like, to me that would have been like the set 1 pick, right? Like I feel like you have Fabled now, like you got Powerline, so that to me would have been like, you know, and I know like there's a bias with like how I feel about Powerline, but if you think about like Powerline coming to the game, or not even that, like the first iconic cards are retro, like Mickey and Minnie, so that could have been like another theme. They could have done the carousel on the playmat. But I think, you know, like playability going forward with these cards and theming is really going to be like where they're at. Like if Powerline's super playable and they do a sick Powerline playmat and you get a Powerline promo on entry and then a sick, like they could have done Eye to Eye as like the on entry card and then Powerline as like an alternate art enchanted card and then Powerline playmat. I think that'd go absolutely insane. I think you'd have like 50-man set champs again.
I agree.
You know,
I think Fabled's going to be a good opportunity for the second win for Lorcana. And with there being a lot of competition too, with some other games that are coming out like Gundam and Riftbound, it might be a little difficult to keep the attention of the current Lorcana player. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with playing other games, but from a business perspective, obviously Ravensburger is going to be wanting to keep players engaged and set champs, DLCs, like this is a really good opportunity to just really move out of like what felt like a public beta phase of the game, as well as the tournament circuit, and really just kind of give the Illumineers what they want, right? There's a strong base of collectors, there's a strong base of players, and there's an area where they both kind of intersect. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for the continued growth of Disney Lorcana, and I think competition is a good way to kind of force that, right? Like because it forces you out of your comfort zone, and you get a little bit more creative in how to keep players engaged.
yeah, absolutely. I have full faith in Ravensburger. I mean, I've played a lot of card games over the years, and I like Ravensburger has adapted quickly. They've adapted quickly. Sometimes,
Up quite as well too. I mean, we've had an opportunity to speak with some of the staff. Whether it was through like a DLC or online on social media. So like they're Greg Tito put on the Next Chapter show. That was beyond my expectations as far as production
it
level.
was done very well. It was done very well. Like walking through the studio, the way they staged it, the way there were Easter eggs with like even their board games and just stuff in the background. I think that was done very well as well. They're done very good as well.
They're showing you that they're very serious about
Yeah.
the success of Disney Lorcana, and I think that there are a lot of moving parts and red tape, especially being involved with this super media, like mega media
Mouse
Disney.
baby.
Yeah,
They're involved with the mouse.
yeah. So
And
there's
the mouse gets what the mouse wants.
while it is easy as to go to the store and replace a bowl that my children brought to me that was broken, imagine having to do that at a business unit that's part of Disney, right? So, it's a massive ship. They move slowly, but they also move extremely in a calculated rate. So, like when they swing, they don't want to miss. So they want to make sure that they're swinging in the right direction.
100%.
But so we've reached we're a little bit over actually, but I think we had a really good conversation. Appreciate a lot of the engagement here, especially with Mark Miller, our most recent champion from our Reign of Jafar release event. So congratulations to him again and his success. And even though I wanted to congratulate him on his invite for the Invitational, he already got one. So congratulations to whoever you passed it down to. And, we appreciate you guys joining us on the show. Before we sign off, I do want to give an opportunity because I've been getting yelled at to raid other people. So if you give me some time, I will see if there's any other Lorcana content creators on Twitch right now for us to raid. Looks like Wonderland's live. So let's go ahead and check out the status of the ICL match that's going on right now. Thanks again, everyone, for joining in. Hope you had a great time, and we will see you next time. Take care,
Thank you
everyone.
guys. Peace.